Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Greetings and welcome to today's webinar. We are on Deep Dive, and today is a beautiful December 5th, Thursday evening, depending on which part of the world you're in. We are honored and blessed to have you with us. As we start this webinar, this is one of a couple of weeks in December for 2024, and come 2025, it will be another unique year. Let us be grateful. And as we start this webinar with our signature tune, In It to Win It, by Sister Lerato Shadare, which Dr. Derek is going to play with special effects with the nonverbal communication. So please pay attention to that as the song plays. Thank you very much, Dr. Derek, and over to you.
Shining bright. Your next stop is on passive.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Wow, thank you so much, Dr. Derek. That was awesome. In It to Win It by Lerato Shadare. And the product that was in display is All Connect, what we're using to connect with each other. And we have used it to connect with each other. That was awesome. Thank you. Now we're moving to the mindset. We are here because something kept us going. And that something is the mindset. And now it could be a variety of things. It could be any topic and whatever we choose to talk about that will keep us where we want to be. And we have a lot of our global ambassadors who help us in that aspect of our webinars, this and its sister forums. And one of those sisters who is going to talk to us today is Queen Jacqueline Warner. Queen JW will talk to us a series of several that she's been doing, how to never get sick again. And we know who she is. She is one of us. She's an inspirational speaker. She's an entrepreneur. She's a talk show host. And she's a mom and a grandmom. Sometimes we see her with some of the grandkids who are affiliates of radio or global ambassadors just chatting with us. So without further ado, please, let's call on our Queen Sister JW as she shares with us the topic for the day and puts us at ease. Ooh, you look gorgeous, pretty. Over to you.
Thank you. Good evening, or greetings to all. Thank you so much, Queen Debbie. Appreciate you, the host with the most, like always. And thank you to Dr. Derek for allowing us to speak on this amazing deep dive platform. And thank you to all the other leaders, like Queen Dr. Benny, First Lady of on Passive. Okay. And to all the brand ambassadors known as affiliates. Amazing. What a beautiful journey. And we got to give thanks to Mr. Ashma Farah, of course, for allowing us to be part of his journey, his mission, his dream, his goal. He's such an amazing leader, a man of integrity, a man with a big heart. You know, we're so grateful for him sharing his world with us. And not only that, our Papa, our Heavenly Father, who makes it all possible, because without him, none of us will be here. So we got to be extra grateful to him for giving us life and life abundantly, and the air like that we breathe. Like Queen Dr. Benny always say, you know, we don't have to pay for it. But imagine some people do pay for it in the hospital when they lay on their sick bed. But to God be the glory in it all. Yes, tonight we're going to still on that topic because, and it's coming to an end. So we had learned a lot throughout the series about how not to never get sick and how we do get sick. So we're moving right along. And but the subtitle is Ways in Reducing Stress in Our Daily Lives. And stress is we know stress as a silent killer. It's just like hypertension. You know, it gets bottled up within our immune system, and sometimes we don't even know it's there. And it's just reaping havoc along the way until we get sick, the body immune system break down, and then we, like a fish out of the ocean, don't know which way, what happened, what's going on. So like I said, we all know that stress is a silent killer, but the mind is even more powerful. Okay, when we use the tools that can combat stress. And we can turn things around. That's one thing I do know, that we can turn things around. And with God, we definitely can, because he said with him we can do all things. All things are possible with him. So let me recap a little, recap the ways we covered in reducing stress. We must listen to some de-stressing CDs, do some alpha biotics, laugh more, smile, get and give hugs, speak powerful words. Dr. T hit on that on Tuesday. Speaking powerful words, nothing negative, always positive, no matter what, no matter how ugly, no matter how hard, no matter how bad. We still keep going because imagine if our Heavenly Father said, enough of this. I'm tired of these um, disobedient. Let's end it right here. Finish. But he doesn't do that. He keep on. He keep on looking out for us. He keep on blessing us no matter what. We got to remember that God loves us. He doesn't love sin. So there's a difference. We're not in the same realm as sin. Anyway, don't use your cell phone and drive at the same time. Get your 8 hours of sleep as best as you can. Rest from Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. And go to bed around 10 p.m. and rise at 6 a.m. And that's true because when you go to bed, sometimes it doesn't matter what time. If your body, gets into that habit, it will automatically wake up, unless you just overdid yourself, and then the body knows when to get more rest as needed. And also, don't forget that 15-minute break when you get home from work. Don't rush right into it. You're just going to feel overwhelmed. You're not going to feel good. It's not going to be a good feeling. So it's good to take that 15 minutes, relax, listen to some music, stretch your legs out, and just relax. And don't read negative news. I have seen so much negative news, I don't even know what is true and what's not true anymore. So you got to be so careful because it could make your system acidic. Bad news can make your system acidic because you take it on. What's going on? Did that really happen? Oh my gosh. And you go into this whole another world thinking that something done went wrong and nothing didn't even ever happened. And it's not that way. So be careful. Don't get caught up. So tonight I'm going to go into the next 10. And then I think next week we'll finish it up. But the first one is have sex. Oh my gosh, we never know how important sex is. You know, it is so important because a lot goes on there. A whole lot. There's touching, there's caressing, there's so much. The body goes into a whole different realm. So having sex is good. That don't mean go out there and have sex with any and everybody now. Doesn't mean that, but it means with your significant other, make sure that you get that closeness going on. It is good for our health. It promotes our health. Okay. Number 16, commit reckless acts of kindness. And Dr. T talked about that last Tuesday also. I remember one time with my other business, we were told to go out and just do some craziness, reckless things of kindness. And the lady was at the register and I said, would you, what kind of chocolate do you like? And she told me and I purchased the chocolate and gave it to her. And let me tell you, smiles was shared there. You know what I mean? It was comforting. It felt it good. I left the supermarket feeling great. And I know she felt it great too because she was like, wow. They will say, well, people still exist like that because the world is so ugly. So when we commit reckless acts of kindness, we really help the next person, even if it's just giving someone a hug or helping them to the groceries, helping them with their groceries, or you see an elderly along the road and you say, would you like me to drop you? All those is simple things. It doesn't even cost a lot. It doesn't cost nothing at all, you know? So reckless acts of kindness is awesome. For some of us, this is a natural, but for some of us, it might be difficult. Just think of our CEO, Mr. Ash Mafari. He shared his vision and dream with all of us globally. You know, he don't discriminate. He doesn't say it's for some and it's not for others. He opened his heart to each and every one of us, good and bad, just like Jesus, just like God. You know, it's good and bad exist in the world. So the acts of showing kindness stimulates the body immune system, which gives us a greater sense of peace and joy. So let's make it a habit in being kind to everyone we meet. And remember, what goes around comes around. You know, my father always say, be careful how you treat people. Because in those days when you need someone, someone will show up. But if you treat people ugly and mean and always have a nasty attitude and a don't care attitude, they when they see you, they're gonna be that person, that person is mean. I don't want nothing to do with that person. I ain't giving him no ride. Bye. You know? So we gotta be so careful how we treat people because what goes around definitely comes around, believe it or not. And the next one is listen to good music. You know, I remember in the morning when I wake up and people are off to going to work and I hear boom, 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 boom. I'm like, did these people pray this morning? You know, you want to know what kind of mindset they has to be listening. And I'm thinking they're damaging their eardrums and they don't know it, that when they get older, they could barely hear. They need the hearing aid and all these other things that they can add to make their life more difficult. And so listening, it has been shown to kill, some music has been shown to kill plants. And in humans, it can dramatically suppress the immune system and cause the body to become acidic. So the Barquet classical music was recommended by Mr. Kevin because he said it helps in promoting the health and vitality in plants and in humans. There are CDs available with music designed to promote health, to reverse the aging process, and drastically reduces stress. So when you take a break or a walk, turn on some instrumental music and de-stress yourself. Number 18, get out of debt. Oh my gosh, debt, let me tell you, I think that's the biggest stresses of all. Because I don't think anything stressed me more than debt. And I can relate because I remember when I was overwhelmed, I didn't know any better. I had all these store credit cards and oh my gosh. And when one was going down, I will open another one to save myself. And I know some of us have done that just to, for survival. You know, some of us use it to survive. Dropping one end, let's get another one. And I was so overwhelmed. At one time, I even thought of bankruptcy. But thank you, Lord, He made a way that I never had to go there. Because then who will help me? When you go bankruptcy, you have no way of getting anything. So I know for sure that debt or financial pressure can cause massive increase of stress, which leads to disease. Simple as that. When we're stressed out about our finances, we're just making ourselves sick. So why? Because you will unconsciously worry until you find a solution for it. And that's the truth. You know, I can tell you from my own experience, that's why there are organizations that can assist you in managing, reducing, and eliminating your debt. I can tell you from my own experience of being debt free, it felt like 200 pounds of weight was lifted off my entire body and I was set free from bondage. Let me tell you, it felt so good. As soon as I got some money in my hand, that was the first thing I wanted to do. I mean, I didn't get involved with the organization and those credit people, but when I got money in my hand, I said the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to pay off these debts because it was on my mind. Don't talk about student loan. Oh, that was a weight. I was thinking when I retire, how am I going to pay for these student loans and all this? It was in the back of my head, just beating me like a drum. And then finally, so they say, they paid in full. But you never know with them, huh? But to God be the glory if it's so be true. Okay? So once you become free of worry, you then will become healthy and stress-free. So if you have debt issues, try to manage them and take care of them so they don't stress you out and cause you to get sick, because you will leave and the debt will die. When you die, the debt dies too. They will try to tell you your children, they tried all kind of tactics with me. Well, your kids will have. I said, well, my kids never signed any paper, so I'm not sure where you're coming from that. But they can manipulate you if you allow them. And be careful, because a dead debt, they can open it and revive it and make it manifest by just you agreeing to something. So be very careful when it comes to dealing with your debts. Next thing, drive less. And I know this is going to be impossible, for some, because driving is very stressful by itself. And that's why it said don't drive and use your cell phone at the same time. And sometimes you don't even know where the stress is coming from. And so these are the things that cause stress. Okay. So the less you drive, the less stressful you will become or be. I know it will be difficult according to the state of residency, but when you don't have to, don't. Also, try listening to some nice music when driving to reduce the stress. Because I know some of us, I was in Texas, and Lord have mercy, that's the worst place when it comes to driving. These highways is one highway from another highway. It's like it's never ending. I wouldn't want to drive there, to tell you the truth, if I didn't have to. Places like Europe and so forth, people doesn't drive a lot. They ride their bicycles and moped and a lot of walking. New York City is the number one for walking. I was there, and let me tell you, I walked so much and it was so refreshing. I didn't even think of it. Sometimes I had to say, oh my God, I got this far. I think it's time for me to turn back. So if you could get your walking in, it's very important to your immune system, to your health, to your cells, to your very well-being. Also, be thankful. Dr. T talked about that on Tuesday. Dr. John talked about it on Sunday. So you see, being thankful is very important, and I know a lot of us are thankful, because when we wake up, especially if we believe in our Heavenly Father, we got to thank Him every day we wake up, because He didn't have to. A lot of people go to sleep and they don't get up. Some people went to sleep and didn't even know that they weren't going to get up. And we're not going to know unless we're sick and we know that we're dying, and that's different. But a lot of people go to bed and they don't wake up. And so that's why we got to be so thankful. You just think of where you are today from yesterday and see if there is anything you should be thankful for. I know I just got to be thankful for where I'm at, what I have, being around my grandchildren, being able to be with my sister. I went on a cruise. I'm thankful for 2024. I did a lot. I did things in my home. I am so thankful for, with little, you can do so much. You don't have to have a lot to do a lot. A little can do a lot. And so we got to be so thankful to our Heavenly Father, because He makes it all possible. It's not man, it's not the government, it's not your job, even though your job, give you the finances to help you with some of the life bills that we have to do anyway. But otherwise than that, God makes everything possible. He stretches our paycheck. He doesn't let us stress ourselves out, because we know we can lean on Him. So let us be thankful. Our thoughts are things, and our thoughts are powerful. We have so much to be thankful for. So let's make sure we are thankful and content for what we have and where we are going. And 21, get an inversion table. I know they probably say, an inversion table, what is JW talking about? An inversion table tend to be a very, it's pricey a little, but it will help if we are unable to stand upside down. I remember as a kid, I always will flip and lean my feet up against the wall and so forth. But as I get older, I'm always thinking of it, I want to do it. I want to do it, but I don't do it. But I want to so bad, you know? So inversion machine table will help because what it does, the inversion table help in tilting the body into an inverted position or by hanging completely upside down like a monkey. Maybe that's why they're so smart, all the blood and the oxygen that flow when we upside down to our brain. This process is believed to compress the spine, relieve back pain, and increase the blood and oxygen to the brain. And also, it also slow down the aging process. So you see, that machine or that table, inversion table, can do wonders to the body as a whole. And number 22, use foot orthotics. Orthotics. It's actually foot orthotics are a shoe insert that can be used in promoting general health and can eliminate foot, joint, and back pain. Now, the customized insert that are prescribed by a podiatrist tend to address the problem that is at hand. Even though you can buy some over the counter, like when you're having some people suffer from heel spurs, so you can put that cushion to combat the pressure that you put on it from the ground. So it helps by those insert helps not only with foot issues, a lot of foot disorders, bunions, and your posture, all those things, those inserts do. I remember my kids at when you take them to the foot doctor, they will put little insoles into their feet because there was flat-footed, people flat-footed or high arch inserts helps a whole lot. So and some insurance do cover it, Medicare do cover them. It's best to get it customized or prescribed by a podiatrist because then it's going to address the issue that you're suffering instead of buying one from over the counter. The over the counter is for minor issues. Also, you can number 23, get a range of motion machine. Now, this machine is very expensive, but it's very beneficial to those of us who does not have the time to exercise. For instance, in just 4 minutes, you can actually complete a 30-minute workout of aerobics, 45 minutes of stretching, and 45 minutes of strength training. So this range of motion machine will save time while getting our exercise in for the day. And number 24, being lighthearted. Lighthearted. We wonder why lighthearted. Sometimes we tend to be demanding or hyper. Some people are very hyper, very, very offensive. So they tend to have a very hyper spirit. They always ready. They're like on the football field, always ready to knock you down. But just think about those people that live in the blue zones around the world that live into their hundreds. Why they live into their hundreds? A research was conducted on these centurions, and the research showed that they took life very lightly. They didn't go around holding on to grudges and all kind of different things that can mess your whole system up, stress you out. They are stress-free because they take things lightly. They keep things simple, So we should not be like a firecracker ready to explode, but be of a mild spirit or a calm spirit. Not saying that we can't get angry at times, but at the same time, we could practice those deep breathing techniques that Dr. T talk about to calm ourselves down and get back in the right frame of mind. So these are just ways that we can de-stress ourselves in all areas, you know, exercising, being lighthearted, using I mean, people who have foot problems. So it can help in all kind of ways. So it might not be for you per se, but it could be for someone in a friend or a family that you could pass the information on to. So I'm just grateful to be able to pass this information and to learn it for myself and pass it on to my family and friends. So I thank you for your listening ear. This is JW. And thanks again, Queen Debbie. Back to you.
Oh, Queen JW. Anyone who missed your opening missed a lot. Huh. You're killing it. This time I'm not going to say you nail it. You are killing it. Thank you so much. So
You're
for all the
welcome.
points that you shared today, starting with sex, kindness, music, paying off your debts, driving less, be thankful, inversion, food and light.
Or tactics.
Oh, yes, food orthotics.
Yeah, they're
And
just
all of those
inserts.
things that you mentioned, these are things, are we supposed to do this on a daily basis or occasionally?
I think you being thankful is an everyday thing. The once you have any of those machines or tables in your house, if you like, it's for people who are able, their schedule is so busy that they don't really have time to go and get exercise. If you have it in your home, you can easily do it, and it takes less than 5 minutes, 10 minutes to do it, and you already conquer your exercise that would have took you an hour and probably 30 minutes. So you have that time to do something. You can spend it with your family and friends. Listen to good music. Why not listen to good music every day? Why not? It's here. I don't hear people. I remember when I was younger and I'd be cleaning my house, I have the stereo blasting while I'm cleaning my home. Today I don't hear that too much. Is a lot of things look like it's dying, but we can revive ourselves and we can revive those things that are good. It's a lot of good that's missing, and too much evil is around. So yes, if you can do them every day, why not? It's good for our health or our well-being.
Thank you so much. Getting rid of stress is something, based on what I just heard you share, is something we should do on a regular basis. And there are several factors that contribute to that. And
Yes, indeed.
yeah, we practice it. It's going to help us distress, be less, be stress-free, and live longer to see the next generation and the generation after that. Awesome.
Yes,
Thank you,
indeed.
Queen JW. All
Thank
right,
you.
I'm going to say this is the opportunity for everyone who listened to Queen JW's awesome, outstanding, amazing, and she just got to the point that she wanted to do today. Impeccable. This is the right time to raise your hand and ask her any question or comment on her presentation, please. And I see Queen Violet's hand is up, and after Queen Violet, Dr. Benny, it will be you. Over to you, Queen Violet. Good evening and welcome. How is Canada treating you today with the minuses in the weather?
We had a lot of snow this morning. It was an interesting drive.
Oh
I
boy.
just got a new car. Okay, not new, like new for me.
Yes.
And I kept sliding through intersections.
So listen to Queen JW. Don't drive if you don't have to.
Well, I had to. I had to do some blood work
Okay.
today. Yes, about the inversion table. When you get it and you do it the first time, don't do it by yourself because you probably will not have the muscle strength, core muscle strength to lift yourself back up, and you leave yourself hanging. And I mean, it is weird. I used to go to somebody's house, and her husband used to go downstairs with me and invert. And then he says, "Are you ready?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm starting to hear the blood in my ears. So, yeah, I think I should go up." And then there's no way I would have got up on my own. He had to push me up, like take my feet and really push down on them so that I would come up. And um, 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 there was something else, but I forget. Oh well. Have a great evening. That was a good session. There's a lot on YouTube where there are, how should I say this? 10-minute exercise things where they do like a certain part of your body, like they'll do just your legs and for 10 minutes, and you watch them, well, not watch them, you work with them so that um, you're you're out of breath by the end of your session. They're out of breath. And then another day you can do upper body or whatever. And also, most phones have an app on them that will count your steps when you're walking. If you keep your phone on yourself all the time, the end of the night, check out how many steps you took. And you'd be surprised. Like, I don't know, I haven't done 10,000 yet. I've got to get my ass together and do that. Anyway, have a great evening. God bless you. Um, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year if I don't see you before then. um, and yeah, God bless you. The other guy can bless too, but you don't want him to.
Thank you, Queen Violet. We bless you too. Everyone on this webinar or on this forum, bless you. And we give it back to you, your son, and your loved ones. Happy holidays. Whatever you wish yourself, we wish you the same. Over to you, Queen JW, wanted to say something. And after that, I will call on Queen Benny.
No, I just want to say thank you, Queen Violet, and best wishes to you also.
Thank you, Queen JW. Over to you, Dr. Smiley.
Hello. Season's greetings to my queens and kings around the globe. Thank you so much, Queen Debbie McCormick, for giving me this opportunity. I am honored to say a word or to voice out my own opinion after our great mindset doctor. Yeah, I call you doctor now because the things that you said, and by you doing your research, I do respect you, Queen JW. Thank you so much. I would say astonishing mindset. But before I proceed, I want to, like I said, season's greeting. And I want to thank our Heavenly Father that you and I, we are alive. Now we are alive. Uh, Queen JW, have you realized or noticed that before the ending of the year, people start dying? I mean, why can't they wait? Why do they wait until, sorry, December, November, December? They start dying. I'm, I'm sorry. Anyway, my cousin died And I did not know she was my cousin. So for the first time, they say we should, somebody should say something. And when I stood up, the first time tears came out from my eyes. If I cry when someone died, it means that I love that person. But I've never seen her. But her mother, her daddy was not too pleased that she left the war, you know. But that's why I said, I want to thank our Heavenly Father for bringing all of us this evening. You and I, we did not know that, hey, when you go to bed, you don't know, just like Queen JW said, you don't know whether you're going to wake up. When I go to bed, I just say, well, Father, I don't know, but you are in charge. So people do not understand the importance of our Heavenly Father. You and I, we don't see him. He's spiritual, right? But he knows your importance and he loves everybody. I might say, oh, I don't like Brother Carlton. But hey, Brother Carlton, but God loves you more than me. I can say I love you as my brother, but there's someone that loves you more than me. So I want to thank God for it. Seriously. I would say enter into his presence with thanksgiving and praise. Recognize God's hand in your circumstances. Present your request to God with what? With thanksgiving. Devote yourself to pray with an attitude of thanksgiving. Rejoice always and give thanks in all circumstances. When you are stepping out of your house, you thank Papa. I say, Papa, come with me. Oh, guess what? When I take my shower and I put on my lipstick, then I look at the mirror. I say, check Papa God. Hey, I say, I'm prettier. You know, I'm thanking God for his creation, right? I'm thanking him. Now you say we should listen to music. Yes, music makes me happy. Mama Kusa, Cameroon music, it makes me happy. And sometimes Michael Jackson. Sorry. Hey, now there was one thing that you said I wanted to find out from you. Is it really true? Even though I don't do it, you say having sex is good. It's an exercise, right? It's exercise. No, no, no,
It's a lot of stuff goes on there, you know, the blood rushing through the veins. It's a lot of things going on. But I mean, we look at it as just having sex, but it's deeper than that,
oh,
you know.
Can I add something to it?
Yes, do. Please do.
I was at a webinar where this came up, and the person that was talking, Dr. Luchol, an Australian physician who's been researching this for his entire 37 years of life, explained that when you do it, not only do you release a lot of endorphins and all of blah, 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 whatever the medical terms were, but you lose a minimum of 60 to 100 calories.
Yeah.
All
It's
right.
a workout.
So it helps you also retain your whatever weight you had. You retain that weight. You do not gain. And the regular with the right partner, you can continue to retain the right weight and the right BMI for your body type. So I'm
Wow.
just sharing this because I was on a webinar for couples that this came up. So I thought
Wow.
I'd just add to that. Back to you, Dr. Benny.
wow. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So
Mhm.
I'm saying it. No, you guys may not understand. I did not know it,
It's
but
okay.
yeah, I don't play games. I just tell you the truth. I didn't know it, but thank you so much. And then you said you make us to understand that showing kindness is really good. And you make us to also understand that what goes around comes around,
It
right?
is.
So if I show kindness to Brother Carlton, one day maybe his sister or any of his relative that I don't even know them, something
Yep.
happens to me on the street, they are the one taking care of me and I don't know because of the kindness that I showed. Okay, okay.
Amen.
I appreciate you. Those are the most important thing. Oh, the worst one is not that we should not use our cell phones. Queen JW, to tell the truth, when I am walking on the street, a lot of women, they are on the phone, they are not really paying attention. And this causes accident. Ah, God help me. Thank you so much. I mean,
Yes.
a lot of people don't know what you do, especially when it comes to this mindset. All right. You are teaching us, but people from different webinars, they don't understand what you are doing, or they don't think that health and everything that you are teaching us is important. It is important because you are preparing us for what? When we start receiving these apples, when the time is going to come that we will receive the apples. I want each and everyone to be patient. And the patient dog eats the fattest
The big
bone.
bone.
Thank you so much, Queen JW.
Thank you, Queen Dr. Benny, First Lady of One Passive. We appreciate you all the time.
Oh man. And I want to let everybody, hey, I'm just shocked that you guys are not even raising your hands to say something. Come on now, this is season's greetings. So are you guys telling me that with all these points that Queen JW has mentioned, you guys cannot say something thanking God or raise your hands? Are you kidding me?
Hello.
Papa. Okay, now you're talking.
I raised my hand, but I didn't know when the hand went down again.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, no
it went down
problem.
by itself.
You saw
Queen
it, right?
Violet, Queen Violet, please let me ask Queen Dr. Doris to proceed and then I'll come back to you.
Yes,
Please,
ma'am.
Queen
Thank you.
Dr. Doris, proceed.
Yeah. Yeah. Good evening. And thank you, Dr. JW.
You're welcome.
All in it to win it.
Yes, indeed.
These are all things we teach in naturopathic practicing. And you did well. Well, actually, the music aspect is that it also burns calories when you are dancing.
Yep.
The music, yes, very good and relaxing mentally,
Yes.
physically. Oh, you feel good.
Yeah.
Actually, I love country.
Oh.
Ooh, man. And I can be doing everything with it. Oh my God. Good, so good. Then if I
Yeah,
want to
country is
burn more
nice.
calories, then I go to the gym. Yeah. Look at you. It to be the steps. So it's good. You dance. It's good.
Yep.
You are home. You open. You get your music and dance. Let your heart rejoice, and it gives
Amen.
healing to your system. It's good. It's good. Thank you.
Thank you.
We are
We
blessed.
appreciate you.
Thank you all. Mhm.
All right. Thank you so much, Queen Dr. Doris. We appreciate your input. Thank you for your acknowledgement. You are acknowledging JW. We love you, Queen Doris. Queen Dr. Doris. Yes, please. Queen Violet, proceed, please.
Yes, my other thing was about the sex. The operative word there is your significant other. If you are
Yep.
having sex with multiple people, it's going to affect you later. They leave, oh, our pastor did a sermon on this once. They leave something in your body when every time you have sex. You have a great time, but something is left in your body. And when you finally get a significant other, you're not all there. Anyway, yeah, I've been married twice, and I don't know. I'll stop there because I have nothing good to say about men or sex. Sorry, I was molested when I was a kid, so sex wasn't a big thing in marriage.
For you,
But
yeah.
And I had, because they took me for everything I had at the time. My attitude is, men are basically stupid. I was trying to raise one that wasn't.
Wow.
And so I have prayed about that, and God has forgiven me for that attitude. He's come a long way. I mean, I've come a long way with him, because
Amen.
I'm realizing that he is definitely part of me. And so being negative doesn't do anything. And if you don't speak to him and talk to him, then he doesn't come to you. You have to go to him first for him to start working in your life. And you can hear God. Maybe not audibly, but you can feel him inside. Anyway, enough.
My God.
Bye.
Wow.
Thank you, Queen Violet. Thank you for sharing. And I mean, it just shows that how comfortable you are with us as a family, to tell you the truth. And it's showing us that how you think of each and every one of us to share your story with us. So thank you for sharing, and may God continue to bless you in all that you do.
Thank you. Queen Debbie, I do have two. I want us to read some stuff on the chat, and then before you can introduce our main presenter for tonight.
Okay.
Just give me okay, great. Queen Teda King, as you all know, she said awesome presentation, Queen JW, that she missed out on the first part, but we'll go back to listen. Thank you so much for all that you do every week. We love you. Then our King Horace Malcolm. Thank you, Queen JW. Important everyday habit or practice to be aware and is grateful, accepted. Thank you so much. Not just sex, but intimate love making that both are physical and mentally involved in. Gee, that is good. Now, it leaves spiritual disconnection because it is covenant with our heavenly Papa, God. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, King Malcolm. Thank you. Amazing. Right on point.
All right.
Thank you, Queen JW. Thank you, Dr. Benny. And Queen Violet, thank you. Just know that everyone's life is unique. And the fact that you open up does not mean that others don't have similar issues. They have similar or worse issues, but you are brave to share with us today that particular aspect of your life. We'll continue to hold it in our hearts. We'll continue to cherish you for it and press you, because it is very difficult to share your personal life with an international forum. because this is where we are, an international forum of people that were brought together by one unique person called Mr. Ashmofari, right? And Queen JW's topic today challenged us to open up on things that people usually keep to themselves or their loved ones, or I should restrict this to their bedrooms. If at all, that is where it starts and that's where it ends, according to what is norm. So, Queen Violet, thank you. Don't say you should stop and be quiet. Your son is doing nothing wrong. Anyone on this forum who has a child will say that when the baby came out, they look like one of them, either the dad or the mom. Left, am I right or wrong? That is up to us listening. So if the child has some of your traits, it's something biological and we cannot get rid of it. So thanks once more for everyone who has contributed to the mindset for the day. We have exhausted it enough, and we're going to move to the next segment of the webinar. That will be a presentation from one of our Queen sisters, Dr. Fortune Arthur, who is a naturopathic physician, doctor from Ghana, currently living in Atlanta. She's been with us for quite some time now and has been doing a lot of presentation. And today, she's not a newbie to us. She is going to share with us a very unique topic, places and how we can control diseases. They need to change. Diseases. Queen JW talks about healthy eating. Dr. Doris talks about how to control diseases. So are we not like we're running a health system here to help us stay healthy for what our CEO's dream was to keep us healthy, and we are trying our best to make sure we stay healthy to see that dream come to fruition. So please, Sister Queen, Dr. Doris, the microphone is yours, and we're all ears listening to hear what you have to dish out to us today. Over to you. Oh, here you are. Ooh, wow. You are gorgeous, sweetie. Oh. Atlanta is doing you good in the winter. In the summer, I would have said, okay. But in winter, when I'm getting my bipolar, menopause, whatever, wearing my jacket and switching back and forth from heat to cold. Dr. Doris, over to you.
Thank you, Queen Debbie.
You're welcome.
All the king and queens on the call. I bring you women's greetings from Atlanta, Georgia. And all that I want to say first of all is to thank our Almighty God, the Father of all creations, for allowing us to see today, sustaining our lives.
Dr. Doris, your camera is not on.
Oh, my phone, oh.
It went off.
I went off, right?
Yeah, if you look on where the audio is, see whether you have a slash on it or not. If you have a slash, it means you can.
It's really off. Let me go back to the Zoom. It's really off. Sorry. It's the phone. Oh my God. All right. Sorry for that. I'll come back soon. So thanking God for sustaining our lives and bringing us back on this program called Deep Dive. And we thank our CEO and our friend, Mr. Ash, for such a wonderful program on passive. to uplift humanity, and we are part of it, to uplift ourselves and others and be happy. So we thank all of them, my Ghana team, my US team, my Belgium team, my Italy people, UK. Please, I greet you all. I salute my leaders in Ghana, Bawa, Gilbert, and Mr. Adams, who introduced me to this wonderful program. Thank you all. I salute you, kings and queens on the call, Dr. Larry, Dr. Laughing, Queen, First Queen, Queen Debbie, all of you, all protocols observed. I can't mention all the names, yes. So we are here tonight to continue with our health issues. As usual, we said health is wealth, and we can't do away without good health. People are going to be traveling because of the end of year. Some will be partying, some will go for fun, some will meet their friends and families to dine together. A whole lot of programs. Some will be getting married, and so many programs are lined up. So let's say some things that can help us not to contract diseases whilst we are away or in our homes or outside, anywhere. So the topic for tonight is places and how we contract diseases. So the need for change, what to do, that is it. So therefore, some places, there are various places actually, and routes, environments that we can contract diseases from. So many sources, so many places. My question to us all is, how many times did you remove your inner purse or bag, the lining, and wash it, dried it, iron it before packing things in it again? Our purses and bags can contract a whole lot of infections from outside, bacteria from outside into our room. How many times have you dried them? If there's a sun outside, remove everything in them, wash it, dried it nicely, or iron it before loading it with items again. And ladies, we use purses and bags a lot. It can contract so many diseases. Going to the washroom, you put it behind the door, you finish, you did wash your hand before removing it, right? So something can get in. Before you go to wash your hands, anything can fall into it. Our bags, our purses, our money purse. This money, whether coin, especially the paper money, paper, these our dollars and euros and co, in fact, can contract a lot of diseases from them. This money goes through so many hands. So many hands. Those who are diseased, people with influenza, coughing, and so on, you touch it. Contagious diseases. Some with leprosy. Some with so many diseases. This hand can absorb so many diseases. And this money passes through so many hands. Some people will start counting money and put their hand in their mouth to touch the saliva before counting. What do you mean? Oh, a shame. Very bad habit. Even some people will be opening book and touch their saliva to open the book. Why? It's not a very good habit. Don't practice it. If you do that, you must stop. You don't know what is in your mouth and that of the person who used it before, and you also touch it. No. These are some of the things. Petty things, basic. And most people don't know they get their diseases through it. Our pets, the money we spend. You go to the grocery or shopping. If you didn't use the card, you pay with cash, you remove money. You have a balance, a change, we call it a change, yeah. Put it in the purse. It comes from different hands. You can contract disease through it. Send it to your house. So many people use one toothbrush for more than 2 months, true or false? Toothbrush, the brush you use to clean your teeth. Some will forget to change it. It contracts a lot of disease. How many times do you change your towels within a week? During the week, how many towels do you use? Do you have different towels for your children, your grandchildren? Some people in our area, when I started this topic, somebody said, he's a Muslim, the woman. He said, oh, I have one big towel for me and my children. We all use it, at least once in a month or twice in a month, we wash it. So, wow. It can contract a lot of disease because bacteria and some viruses lie in cold and warm surfaces. Washing of hands should be a habit, not because of COVID. Not because of COVID. It should be a habit for us to practice daily. Anytime you touch something, go and wash your hand with soap and water, running water. And sanitize your hand before putting your bag. After touching doors, after maybe you sit in an Uber, so many people have their cars, so they don't think about that. Those who use public transport, the car, the Uber, somebody opened the door, went in and came out. You also go to hold the same handle, open it, get in, close it, and come out and close it. So if there's any disease in that person's hand and you didn't sanitize your hand, you contract it. So we should take note of these things, and other things are environmental sources, yes, like airborne transmissions, inhaling pathogens like influenzas, tuberculosis, COVID-19 through respiratory droplets or cirrhosis. We contract diseases through airborne transmission. And waterborne, as for that, I said a whole lot about water maybe 5 weeks ago or 6. Consuming contaminated water or food leads to diseases like cholera, typhoid fevers, and gladiasis, which are intestinal problems. Vector-borne transmissions are being bitten by infected insects like mosquitoes in the African countries, mosquitoes, which gives malaria and dengue, ticks, flus, plagues, give diseases. So we have to be mindful. Some soil-borne diseases transmissions is coming in touch and contact with contaminated soil, leading to diseases like hookworm or ringworms. I spoke a lot about worms and some remedies in the past weeks. So as your children are out there playing, watch them not to be, touching the floor, the ground. That is where most diseases are contracted. Yes. Human-to-human transmission, direct contact, or touching or shaking hands with others. Not only during a COVID time, shaking hands is good. That is some of the cultures of different countries shake hands so that they know you are, you connect. Yes, you shake hands. It can be with an infected person, leading to diseases like influenza, HIV, herpes, and that mighty COVID-19. Yeah, shaking of hands. Indirect contacts too are there. That's touching contaminated surfaces, like what I said about opening of doors and so on, or car doors. Yeah, and we have a lot of things that we can contract diseases from them, like animals. Yeah, direct contact with animals that are infected. You can be infected. Some people's blood type, they don't like animal flesh. Yeah, but they like animal. They play with it and they always have fluid. They always have infection. They always have trouble breathing and so on. But they say they like the animal, so the animal is giving them the disease, but they can't do away with it. So whose fault? Indirect contact. Coming into contact with contaminated animal waste, food, or water. It can also lead to diseases like E. coli or confanibacteriosis. Yeah, E. coli. And foodborne transmission diseases can contaminate foods, consuming food that are contaminated with phytogenous like Salmonella, E. coli, and Listeria. Undercooked or raw foods. Last time I spoke about it, that we have to wash them, raw foods and meat and fish, with salted water. In salted water, soak it for some time, wash it, clean it well, or use lemon juice or lime or vinegar to wash raw fruits. Food. Yeah. So undercooked or raw meat, poultry, seafood, or eggs, they can also lead to diseases, and it's called food poisoning. If a food that is supposed to be well cooked is halfway cooked, it's food poisoning. Yes. Other sources can be contaminated medical equipments. Using contaminated medical equipments leading to diseases like HIV or hepatitis, that is a liver-related disease. Syringes that the nurses or doctors use if they are not well sterilized. Good, that is it. Men who go to barbering shop to cut down their hair, if the items are not well sterilized, then you better use your own. When you go, you let them use your own for you if you can't do it at home. Ladies who use the salon, if you can get your own cuticle and your own filing items and give it to them to use if you can't do it at home. Some of the people too, they sterilize this well, some too, they don't. You see that after treating one person, they just use the equipment to start yours. No, challenge them. Tell them to use a new one. If not, you can contract disease. You don't know who is who. You don't know who is carrying some type of disease. We need to be careful. Yes. Then they can give blood fluid, body fluid, leading to same hepatitis B, hepatitis, and HIV. So, to minimize the risk of contracting diseases, practice good hygiene. Good hygiene, very important. Good hygiene. That's the washing of your hands frequently, avoiding close contacts with people who are sick, getting vaccinated against preventable diseases. For your area here, it's always vaccination. But God gave us so many herbs that we can use to protect our system without the vaccine. The vaccines too are made of chemicals. Some are allergic, some have side effects, and so on and so forth. So it's not 100% safe. Cooking food thoroughly, handling food safely and warm, very important. So we use protective equipment when handling animals or medical equipment. That is some of the things that can give us disease. So feeling weak, you feel weak. When you eat, overeating is a sin, and it's also have so many bad effects on our health. Yeah. If you don't feel like eating or hungry, don't eat. It's not by force that you eat within every 8 hours or 3 times a day. No. Feel the hunger before you eat. Eat more at a time, not too big. Last time I said it, that you're imagining sharing your stomach into 3 parts. One for food, one for air, one for water. And our food should be about 80% of nutrients, vegetables, protein, vitamins, and so on. And only 20% should be the foods like carbohydrates. Yes. The pastas, the potatoes, the rice, the garris, the name your foods that you eat with vegetables. The vegetables should be like 80% with the meat or fish, and 20% should be the other one to make it balanced, tight. Yeah. So if you eat more than necessary, overeating, it brings several uncomfortable and potentially serious health issues. Overeating. Like you are cooking, you'll be eating soon, within maybe 20 to 30 minutes. You said you are so hungry, so you ate something, you ate some cakes, you ate some biscuit, you ate something that is also heavy before the food is ready. And in addition, you ate the food again. It's overeating too. Yeah, it's overeating. You feel discomfort and bloating, feeling uncomfortable. Yes, and gauzy. Nausea and vomiting can occur because of overeating. The pressure on the stomach leading to nausea and vomiting. Abdominal pains, stomach cramps, diarrhea can occur because of overeating. Constipation can occur due to overeating. Indigestion is the most. Indigestion. And heartburn. You feel your throat is burning, your heart is burning. If you overeat, it can happen to you. Yes. And then overeating can lead to indigestion too. Yes, I said it. Heartburn and acid reflux. You accumulate a lot of acid in your system. So it can cause ulcer, stomach ulcers. Fatigue and overeating can make you feel sluggish, tired, sleepy, and so forth. Lazy, especially if you don't do any heavy or tedious work, and you overeat and you sit down or go to sleep. Last time I spoke about sedentary lifestyle is part of it. That eating, you don't exercise, you don't do any work, and you just go and sleep. No, you suffer it. And it also gives loss, weight gain. So regular overeating can lead to weight gain and obesity, insulin resistance, and type 2 diabetes. Yes. Consistently consuming large amounts of food can lead to insulin resistance and increase the risk of developing type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, and heart diseases. Overeating can cause increased blood pressure, bad cholesterol level will be high, and the risk of different types of heart diseases. Digestive problems, chronic overeating can lead to digestive issues like irritable bowels, irritability of the bowel syndromes, gastroenteritis, reflux diseases. So all those can lead to stomach ulcer. I said it already. So nutrient imbalances. Overeating can lead to an imbalance of essential nutrients, including proteins, healthy fats, and complex carbohydrates. So we need to watch our diet, especially as it's a festive month and end of year, so many activities, parties. When you go, don't think the food is there, so you eat it more than how you eat in the house. You will suffer for it, you will pay for it dearly. Eat slowly and mindfully. savor your food. Pay attention to hunger and fullness cues and stop eating when satisfied. Don't overeat. You can't carry the food in your stomach for days. I said, let me eat it more. If I didn't get it tomorrow, it will sustain me. No, it's a bad habit. You suffer for it. Use smaller plates. John sizing your plate size can help control portion size. Choose filling foods. Incorporate protein-rich foods, healthy fats, and fibers-rich foods to help you feel full and satisfied, and then stay hydrated. Sometimes taste can masquerade as hunger. You'll be feeling thirsty, you think it's hunger. Go and eat. No, drink water first. 20 to 30 minutes before you start your food. Start eating. So you have good digestion. Healthy eating habit should be your aim. Drink water throughout the day and stay hydrated. I said all this during the water program. So it's a reminder. Get enough sleep. Lack of sleep can increase levels of the hunger, hormone ghrelin. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night and exercise. Remember, it is essential to maintain a balanced diet and healthy eating habits to avoid the negative effects of overeating. So I will end it here. For any question or contribution, remember, the festive season comes with parties, and know where you are safe and where you can contract diseases, and be mindful. Thank you. I yield.
Thank you very much, our Queen Darling sister. That was a handful. Wow, wow, and a wow. We appreciate you. We thank you for reminding us of all these methods that we need to know, basic things that in the African continent, or I should say global south, they call it primary school. Those are things that should happen there. But we tend to forget. I don't know why people forget that. And the one thing that I know and have noticed is, in addition to what you have said, you sneeze into your palm, you turn around, your whole thing's ew, and you spread everything. Or if you're the driver, you're driving, and all, whatever came out is on your hand. But I was trained, if you sneeze, you go to your elbow, because it comes out, it stays on whatever you have here. Not even around here, or not even there, all the way down there. So even if you're driving, your hands are at least a foot away from your elbow to get where your fingers are. So I just wanted to add that if you want to sneeze and have to and must, don't do this. Do that.
Even during the COVID time, it was preached so much. Yeah.
Thank you, sis. Hello, Deep Dive. Stay alert, stay awake. This is our lives, this is our health, this is our family. Stay healthy. Now, did you hear what our sister said? This is the time, if you're making notes and have been making a mental note, whether on your notepad, iPad, or whatever you call it these days, or just mental. This is a time for question and discussions, and Dr. Bennett is so good with that. And it's the time for you to raise your hand and share based on what you heard from our sister's presentation. I already see Queen JW's hand is up, and I know that with her grandkids, she wants everybody around her to be healthy. So nothing wrong with that. It's the right thing to do. It's the season to be mellow and jelly and whatever and celebrate, but stay healthy while in so doing stay healthy. So over to you, Queen JW and Dr. Benny. Queen JW, please proceed.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Queen Debbie. And most of all, thank you so much, Queen Dr. Doris. Amazing, amazing. Like Queen Debbie said, wow, wow, wow. Because a lot of those things we take for granted, especially washing up the hands, you know, even during COVID, some people still wasn't doing it, you know? So hygiene plays a major role in all that we do, because that's where, like Dr. Doris, Queen Dr. Doris said, that's how we contradict, that's how we catch diseases. That's how they are passed on. That's we pass it, we get it, and we pass it on to our families and grandchildren and so forth. And I know I'm guilty sometimes of not washing my hands at times, you know. But when I do anything, most of the time I wash my hands, you know, like she said, the dog, or even when you go into the restroom and you enter and you're leaving, you're carrying germs from the restroom, from the pipe, the sink. Then you wash your hands and you go and hold the door. No, you didn't, your hands are not clean. You have to get a tissue and hold the knob. Sometimes I even take my clothes and hold the knob just to get out, you know? So we got to be so careful, because these germs, let me tell you, they're just going to reap havoc on our systems. So washing our hands, and when we handling food, you know, on YouTube, you see a lot of people saying they're cooking things and they're not washing it. You know, I reached out to a lady and said, well, wash it first, at least. Or if you go to restaurants and they put your steak. I remember in New York, I can't remember the place I went, but I went to have a steak because everybody talks so much about this place. I think it was Todd's Steakhouse or whatever. So I went there, and the guy took it right out of the box and threw it right on the grill. I said, "Sir, you're not going to wash that?" He said, "No." I said, "I never will eat here again." And I never did. You know, so we got to be so careful, not only in our own homes, but like Queen Dr. Doris is saying, we got to be careful at all times, because our health will be on the line. Like the favorite word she said, we will suffer the consequences, you know, each and every one of us, because I know I'm guilty of a lot of things she spoke about. But washing my meat, I don't have a problem there. I use the salt water. My sister usually say, "Jackie, the meat dead already, but you're killing it more." Yes, indeed, because you got to be so careful. It's dangerous. It's so dangerous, and I'm so glad that Queen Dr. Doris is here, you know, to emphasize on these things that we take for granted. So we appreciate you. We thank you. Keep on coming. I mean, what we getting from you will cost us a fortune if we have to go to a holistic doctor. I'm telling you, because my daughter do, and they want their money right there and there. Is no pay later, you know? So let's don't take this invaluable information for granted, because we're so grateful again and thankful to have her to be part of this platform and giving us free information that we will have to pay for or never even get. So thanks so much. We appreciate you. Back to you, Queen Debbie.
All right. Thank you so much, Queen JW. By the way, I want to really thank Queen Dr. Doris. I really appreciate you. I would say magnificent presentation. There are a lot of things that you're saying or presenting that people we really need to really pay attention, especially washing our hands. Even when I was somehow in the nursing classes, our instructor says hand washing is very important. When you go to the restroom, go from one place to another. There are a lot of people who don't wash their hands. Seriously, they don't. But I appreciate you for that. Now, I touching this money, you're making us to really understand. I don't know if people were listening. When you touch money, $1. So you don't know how many people have touched that money.
It goes round.
It goes around and around and around, and we don't wash our hands.
Very
God, thank you so much for this presentation. One thing that you said, which I really want to find out, is about, you say acid. You make us to understand, please, that we do have a lot of acid in our body.
Yes.
The whole body? No, I'm just trying to. So how do we take the acid out? By drinking water, huh?
Yes. Drinking water more is good, but you need a cleansing. We call it detoxification. You detox. How many times do you bath? A day or a week? How many times do you eat or drink water? They are all going to your system. Your body, the skin is the largest organ. The cream you use, the air pollution, they are all entering through our pores, getting into us. Our nose, we breathe the polluted air or hot. It passes through our ears, our eyes, skin, through our ear. Yes. Palm, and so on. So always you need to detoxify your system with the basic things like the lemon with warm water, after first drinking your own water. You can take a day out of the week or once in a 2 weeks time. You use herbs that can cleanse your system, like laxative, not purgative. Not purgative. There's a difference between purgative and laxative. Laxative goes to cleanse your inside, to remove toxins, flames out of your system. But purgative will let you run watery stool, which is more dehydrated. Yeah, dehydrate your body. But the laxatives are detox. They detoxify, remove unwanted fats, bad cholesterol, burn some items that are not to be in your system that will cause you disease. That is why in naturopathy, the first thing we do before the real treatment is number 1, detoxification, because you will not have dirty things and put neat things on it and expect to get good results. That is why some people take medicine, it doesn't work for them, because the dirt is there and you are using medicine to be healthy. It doesn't work so much like that. Yes. So detoxification is number 1. So once in 2 weeks or twice in a month or once in every weekend that you not go to work, you detoxify yourself, your system, bring the dirty things out through urine or feces, and you feel good yourself to continue eating and drinking. Detoxification is very important. Very important.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And you said that it makes us sleepy with the acid, right? Is it too much acid, or am I right?
Overeating gives you acid, and it can cause you to oversleep, feel tired, feel lazy. Yeah.
And that is why we have to exercise, right?
That is it. Exercise.
I notice some of our people, that's why they have big belly. They just eat and they don't do anything.
Big belly, very dangerous. Very dangerous.
Well, I don't want to call this ethnic group. There is an ethnic group that the man or the man likes the woman to have big belly. Even though when they got married, the woman was skinny, then later on, you know them, they're around here. They have big belly, and I noticed that they're okay. I mean, they're happy with big belly, but I don't think it's right.
Big belly even weakens the men. They can't even have good sex. It weakens them.
I hear you.
You
Well
want to hear
understood.
more?
No.
No,
Well,
we don't want to hear more. We
it's
don't
okay.
want to hear more. I remember for how many decades I've been married, and my family keeps telling me that my husband is not taking good care of me because I'm tiny. So we don't want to hear more, please.
Well, I know that you have to go, but it is good for you to really tell so that the world would know. Let them know that it's not good to have big belly. I do
Their heart
understand.
can fail at any time. They can have heart disease with the big belly. Yes.
Okay.
They have
Thank
to.
you.
Moreover, don't fall sick before you go to hospital. Go for your thorough checkup. Go to check. If you don't have your own BP apparatus, diabetic machine at home to test yourself, or uric acid or cholesterol level, once in a month or two, twice in a year or 3 times in a year, go and do your thorough checkup. To know your status is the best. So you know what to do. Don't wait till you are sick, you are down. No? Check it and be abreast of your system and know what is good for you. This helps a lot. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Dr. Doris. And you also make us to understand that, anyway, you talk about our Heavenly Father for bringing each and everyone because He is very important. Queen JW said the same thing. So I'm so excited. First of all, I will say it again, season's greeting. As you all know, without God, we are nothing. And thank you, Queen Dr. Doris. We appreciate you. We love you. Astonishing presentation. And we'll see you next week again. I'm going to hand it over to Queen Debbie.
Thank you, Dr. B. Thank you, Dr. D. We have double D's and we have double P's, double B's. Thank you all so much. And this is a season of celebration. From November, it's celebration in America, in North America, and for those who celebrate. If you don't celebrate, there's nothing wrong with it. But let's celebrate on passive, because we would not still be here if our CEO was not strong enough to keep us going. So with that, I will say it's time for us to wrap up. And so people who have to go to other things to celebrate, they should move on with their evenings. So sorry if we kept you longer than you had anticipated. So I'll call on Queen JW to give us a minute or so of her final word, and then we'll move to Queen Dr. Doris for her final word before we move to the next segment, which is still coming up. Over to you, Queen JW.
Thank you so much, Queen Debbie. Appreciate you. Appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you all to the brand ambassadors. Appreciate your support. Thanks to Dr. Derek for allowing us to speak on this platform. And I just want to say that health is wealth, just like Dr. Doris said. And if we don't take heed, then we will suffer the consequences. As I share all the ways that we can de-stress ourselves, let's not take them for heed. It's information that you can store in your memory bank and that you can use at any time and any day and every day. So let's not take this information for granted. Let's apply it to our best ability. Yes, you can't do everything at one time. Yes, you don't want to do it where you're overwhelmed. No, you take baby steps. But the ones that's more important that are brought to your attention, that you know that might be me or that might be you, you know, take heed to it and start finding do the things that you need to do to eliminate them from your life. Because let me tell you, longevity, being around, even no matter how wicked the world may be, there's also good on this planet Earth, for us to enjoy. Not only the apples, but our families, our friends. And if we want to help Mr. Ashmafara, our CEO and friend, to uplift humanity, we got to be healthy. Even in God's um kingdom, he wants strong soldiers. He don't want sick people. Sick people cannot help him. Okay, so let's take heed, let's stay focused, and let's help each other along this journey of life and unpass it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Queen JW. Appreciate that. And you see, our King Carton is just smiling and nodding as everybody is talking. Thank you,
Yep.
King Carton, for keeping us company all night. All right, Dr. Doris, Queen Sister Dr. Doris, your
Yeah,
final
thank
word,
you,
please. Thank
Debbie.
you.
Thank you. Actually, God is very interested in our health. He said it, 3 John 1:2, that in all things, He wants us to be healthy, be in good health, as our souls are also fed. And we cannot eat our cakes and still have it. We should practice personal hygiene. We should know when to eat. Don't say because people are eating this, you also eat it. Listen to your body, because our bodies have a language. Next time we'll get into that deep. Our bodies speak. We need to cleanse our system as we clean our body, our skins. To be nice, let our system to be nice, and we'll feel happy. No one can happy you unless yourself. If you depend on something or somebody to make you happy, you will be sad till you die. Get involved in activities, can party, because the Bible said the man who works needs to enjoy his labor. Can party, know how to eat, what things to eat, when to eat it, and be healthy. Health is wealth. Thank you so much. Have a pleasant night. Ayo.
Thank you, sis. A blessed night to you too. I understand this morning you had a question about not being able to access your profile on the OES, and this is all I can say for now. There's no need talking about it for now because until we hear from our CEO, we cannot proceed with anything. Once there's a message on the OES from our CEO, that's when we should start acting on it. But until then, just be patient. Let us all continue to do what we are doing right now until we get a message from our corporate director saying, our corporate director is who? Mr. Ashmofare. If he sends out a message, believe me, we're going to know it in less than 10 seconds. It's going to go viral. So if until you hear that, just be patient. If you cannot get anything, don't worry asking about it from anywhere, because it's going to happen like a viral thing. I promise you. Dr. Benny, oh, okay. She's not here. So I'm just trying to share that. But in the interim, I want to thank you for your time and everything. In the interim, I would say this is our webinar for the night, this segment of it, and we're moving to the next. All right, all in the house, I will say as we before we move to the next segment, I want to thank our YouTube viewers and our live viewers, and to let you know that we are so honored and blessed to have you with us today. And we look forward to seeing you this same time. Every Tuesday and Thursday, Deep Dive meets here at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time.